Today on Seattle Refined, it is the big announcement Seattle has been waiting for. Refined breaks down the Upstream lineup, and it's really good. Then, it's a real mystery why you haven't checked this place out.
So Langley is one of the most magical places that I've ever come across wherever I've lived.
Get on a ferry with Refined and discover one of Western Washington's hidden gems. Plus, which performance will hit all the right notes at this Sunday's Oscar ceremony? And a Broadway classic returns to the Seattle stage. Seattle Refined starts now. Hey everybody, welcome to Seattle Refined. I'm Gard Swanson. We're coming to you from our sponsor of Langley, Washington today. Langley is one of Whidbey Island's hidden gems. It's a charming little community filled with amazing places to explore. Take a quick stroll down Langley's main drag and you'll find an oasis of great food, interesting art galleries, and much more. And best of all, for all of us city dwellers, it's just a quick ferry ride from the mainland. Here on Langley's First Street, there's a little something for everyone. Behind me is a rug store called Music for the Eyes, which is ironic because today on Refined, we have a gigantic announcement that's going to be music to your ears and might just blow your mind. For months now, we've told everyone who will listen about the upcoming Upstream Music Festival. The three-day celebration of music and culture will take over Seattle's Pioneer Square May 11th, 12th, and 13th. More than 200 artists from across the musical spectrum will perform. And today, we have our first look at the amazing lineup.
You know you like it, but it drives you insane. So don't cry about it, don't cry about it.
Upstream is a new experience.
Melly Darby and Jeff Fetting may have the most exciting and most daunting jobs in Seattle, overseeing the launch of the first ever Upstream Festival.
If you were to take a snapshot of Seattle's music industry or music culture from above, you would see a very, very diverse range of genres.
We spent a lot of time trying to come up with, different genres and artists and, find emerging artists, because that's our mission, is to support emerging artists that were really kind of in the now for the Pacific Northwest.
The festival will take place in venues large and small around Pioneer Square, like Central Tavern, where we met up with Upstream for the big announcement.
Today we announced basically the first half of our lineup.
And it perfectly reflects the eclectic sound of the region.
Everything from EDM to hip hop to jazz fusion to soul to metal to punk rock.
So, who's coming?
Aluna George, she's one of my favorites. She is the epitome of that emerging sound of the artists that you're catching them right as they're about to blow. She's been a lot of fun to watch.
My mind waits behind the music.
Shabazz Palaces, who of course, Ishmael Butler, who's got a long history in Seattle with just African music.
Shabazz Palaces is one of Seattle's most critically acclaimed groups, featuring Ishmael Butler, who first made a name for himself as one-third of the jazz-inspired 90s hip-hop group, Diggable Planets.
But I'm cool like that. I'm cool like that. I'm cool like that.
Really, really excited about having those guys on board. They're personal heroes of mine.
So hear me out.
Tangerine is another personal favorite. They're so much fun. They bring a lot of energy. They are perfectly exemplify the level and the artist that we're looking to put on at Upstream and to be able to spotlight, because they are doing great work around the city and deserve to have national attention.
I can get you what you need, I'm a goner. With the wind like leaves in the autumn.
Dave B is a Seattle native upcoming hip hop artist. He just released a new record this year that's getting a lot of buzz. Starkey Puppy just won a Grammy for Best Contemporary Instrumental Album, which is super exciting. Jazz fusion really, really huge band. Cannot wait to see those guys.
Those are just a few of the hundreds of acts that'll take over Pioneer Square this May. And if the names don't sound familiar, well, that's sort of the point.
You know, it's a platform to see new bands. We want people to come and discover music and hopefully, you know, learn that there's all these great artists in their backyard that they've maybe heard about but not seen. And so hopefully we can get people to come into the clubs and see, you know, their kind of next favorite band.
That's just the tip of the iceberg. We're going to stay all over this one, so keep watching Seattle Refined for future Upstream announcements. For a complete look at the lineup and how to get Upstream tickets, log on to SeattleRefined.com. This isn't the first time Refined has gone on an adventure with our sponsor city of Langley. And one of the reasons we keep coming back is that there is just so much to see and do here. And one of the things I like best about this town, besides the friendly people who live here, almost everything you discover in shops here is something you would not be able to find anywhere else.
Langley is one of the most magical places that I've ever come across wherever I've lived.
One of the best places in Western Washington is just a quick ferry ride away. Locals on Whidbey Island call Langley the Village by the Sea. We call it a hidden oasis with unique shops on every corner. Places like Ott and Murphy Winery, where the wines are handcrafted right on the island.
Well, there's 900 wineries in Washington, and we're a small handful that's just focused on using traditional Rhone varietals. There's so many great spots to take a view. We try and capture that, allow people to have that experience of connecting with the Puget Sound and the view, and then also tasting something that we handcrafted at our small winery.
If you're looking to do a little shopping, Artisan Crafted Home is just across the street. It started as an online business 15 years ago, but the owners decided the heart of Langley was perfect for their first shop.
There's things that you really need to touch, to feel, and hold to see, you know, the minute details. A lot of the things you'll find in the store from local artisans.
This shop is beautiful and filled with amazing items, from hand-blown glass to awesome smelling candles.
We sell products that you can put in your home and your neighbor's not going to have it. And your neighbor's neighbor's not going to have it. And some of the things we sell are going to be passed down, heirloom.
If you need to pick up some new duds, you should take a peek inside Fair Trade Outfitters. It's not your average clothing store.
Everything in the shop is fair trade, which means that anyone involved in producing the clothes is making a fair living wage, even to the cotton grower.
After all that shopping, it's time to channel your inner child and hit up the machine shop for some old school gaming fun.
People love the pinball. The adults love the older electromechanical. The kids love the younger games. And then we do concerts here as well, about once a month.
It's a really small community that's really tightly woven, that is accepting from people from all over the place. So whether you live on the island or whether you're coming from the mainland, it's just a great place to be.
Pretty cool stuff, right? And if you're looking for an excuse to bring your family out to Langley to explore, we're going to tell you about an amazing event that's coming this weekend. You're definitely going to want to check it out. Stick around for that. Seattle Refined is just getting started.
It was a bigger batch than we've been doing.
Watch out, Starbucks. Some Northwest teens appear to be percolating their way to a profitable future. But first, will Oscar go gaga for Lala?
I got a call back.
What? Come on. For what?
For a TV show.
From Emma Stone to Natalie Portman to the greatest actress of all time, Refined investigates the 5 amazing performances vying for Best Actress. Hey, welcome back to Refined. I'm Gard Swanson here in Langley on Whidbey Island. And one of the reasons we wanted to come to Langley so badly today is to tell you about a very special weekend our sponsor does every year here in town, the Langley Mystery Weekend. Now in its 33rd year, the Langley Mystery Weekend invites sleuths, amateur sleuths, and anyone else who's watched too many detective movies to solve a whodunit. There are clues scattered at businesses all over town. It's a super fun event for the family, and it happens this Saturday and Sunday. For more details, log on to SeattleRefined.com. Murder mysteries are strangely missing from this year's Oscar race, but we have to give the Academy some props for nominating films that run the gamut this year. All week, Refined Scott Carty has given us an insider's look at the major Oscar contenders. Today's category is Best Actress, and it is a doozy.
In a year full of incredible performances by so many women on the silver screen, I wish there could be at least 10 nominees for actress in a leading role, but we're limited to just 5. Legendary French actress Isabelle Huppert dazzled the Hollywood foreign press and earned the Golden Globe for Best Actress in the drama Elle. And after countless awards in Europe, she finally has earned her first Oscar nomination.
Ça va, toi? J'ai fait une chute à vélo.
Huppert's character is raped and then tracks down the man who violated her, leading to a dangerous series of developments. And Huppert is incredible. In Jeff Nichols' Loving, Ruth Negga played Mildred Loving, the black wife of a white construction worker. And their marriage was deemed against the law in the state of Virginia, but their case, Loving versus Virginia, made it all the way to the United States Supreme Court, where the conviction was overturned. Prior to Ruth's first Oscar nomination, I talked with her in LA about how people were responding to the film.
And I think people are responding. You know, I see people coming out of the theater and you can see that something has happened. Like the radiance of this couple has kind of leapt out of the screen and affected people genuinely.
20-time Oscar nominee Meryl Streep very poorly sang her way to a nomination as Florence Foster Jenkins, and that was intentional, proving there really isn't a role out there that Miss Streep can't do. Now, if Streep wins, I can't wait to hear her speech, but we mustn't forget Natalie Portman, who picked up her 3rd Oscar nomination for an incredible performance in Jackie as First Lady Jacqueline Kennedy. Portman portrayed the pain and loneliness Kennedy felt following the assassination of JFK. When I sat down with Natalie in New York, we talked about one of the most critical aspects of her performance, her voice.
For this, I had to learn the accent and work on the voice and then have it there, and then you can just kind of forget about it and do your thing because you've prepared, and then it just lives inside of you instead of being something you have to consciously think about.
Finally, will it be another day of sun for Emma Stone? She earned her 2nd Oscar nomination following 2 big wins at the Golden Globes and the SAG Awards after she charmed moviegoers as Mia in La La Land.
I got a call back.
What? Come on. For what?
For a TV show.
Just like her co-star Ryan Gosling, Emma told me she knew La La Land was going to be something special when we talked in Beverly Hills.
It's a really special thing to be a part of. I mean, you never know what the outcome will be, so I just try to go in with my whole heart and really go for it. And you never know how that'll turn out. So it means a lot to be part of something that people are responding in this way too.
The Oscars are Sunday on Como, but first, you'll want my predictions, right? I'll be back with those tomorrow. Scott Carty, Seattle Refined.
So who do you think should win Best Actress? Log on to our Facebook page and vote. We'll have results in tomorrow's show. Seattle Refined is teaming up with our sponsors at Redmond Town Center for a Red Carpet Movie Awards contest. Just head to SeattleRefined.com/Redmond and make your movie picks for a chance to win an amazing package thanks to iPick, Gene Juarez, Cycle Bar, and the Island Time Eatery. Again, head to SeattleRefined.com/Redmond for a chance to win. Still to come on Refined, Seattle's Paramount Theater goes back to the future, celebrating one of Broadway's biggest hits. Find out why there's still time to snag tickets to the 20th anniversary tour of Rent. Welcome back to Seattle Refined. I'm Gard Swanson. Well, today we're coming to you from our sponsor city of Langley. And I have to admit, this is one of the most charming communities in the entire state. I'm standing in front of the Clyde Theater. This place has been showing films for over 75 years. But if stage theater is more your thing, there's no day but today to check out the rock musical Rent. The Tony Award-winning show was celebrating 20 years, and it's now showing at the Paramount Theater. Refined caught up with one of the stars.
How do you
Document real life when real life's getting more like fiction each day.
Rent is back in Seattle 20 years after making its Broadway debut. The iconic rock musical tells the story of a group of young artists struggling to survive and create a life in New York's East Village in the early 90s.
It's such a period piece, and it's such a substantial point in like New York history and LGBTQ history. It's like the history of like even like the medical field in America and politics in America.
David Marino is making his professional debut in Rent, taking on the challenging role of Angel, who is transgender.
Love, emotion, mathematics, isolation, rhythm, power, feeling, harmony, and epic competition.
David says he fell in love with Angel's character when he saw the movie in 5th grade.
I wanted to be her and everything she was and stood for. So the fact that I now get to like do that like every night is like a dream. Like, can I say that enough? Like, it's a dream come true. She respects everyone no matter what, and like loves everyone and treats everyone with love first, which I think is such a beautiful trait that we don't see a lot in people. And I try and do that and approach people in life like that, for sure. The words that you hear and like the messages and who is giving them to you. These people that are so diverse and so different and so unique are telling you these amazing like qualities of life that like will join everyone, like unite all these people. This show has so many lines that are so incredible, that are like, so many people have it like tattooed on their bodies, and I think that's beautiful because there's such words to live by.
Rent is playing at the Paramount through Sunday, and the tradition of value tickets continues. Get in line early on the day you want to see the show, and you could get tickets for $25. For more information, check out our website, SeattleRefined.com. Seattle Refined will be right back. Hey, welcome back to Seattle Refined. I'm Gard Swanson. Well, we've had a great time on Whidbey Island today, and thanks to our sponsor, the City of Langley. This little community has a little something for everyone, from great art galleries to quaint cafes to enjoy a great cup of joe. A lot of high school students like to drink coffee, but for 3 Skagit County teenagers, their caffeine buzz led to a genius business idea. KOMO's Lindsay Cohen shows us how they're brewing up a bright future in Mount Vernon.
Can you remind me of what's in this equation?
While most high school kids stress about classes,
It's not like a private sector thing.
this trio is knee-deep in economics
They see it as students becoming entrepreneurs.
of the cappuccino.
We still have to deal with all the regular high school things. 40 plus 30 is 70,000.
But on top of high school finals and Friday night football, these teenagers are studying the French press and fair trade. Over the summer, converting an old garage into a new business. Buying and roasting their own coffee beans.
I guess a good coffee is something that puts a smile on someone's face.
Starting a coffee company is a tall order for anyone. Okay, maybe a venti.
This is a bigger batch than we've been doing like in the past.
These teens each contributed $1,200 of their own allowance, took out a loan from parents, and purchased a roaster from Canada. It's older than they are, and it barely worked. After some tinkering and some YouTube how-tos, it's now up and running.
Teachers have been really interested, so we've just been giving some coffee to them.
They've been fiddling with the blend, brewing up a business plan. Once they pass inspection, Conic Roasting hopes to sell beans online and to local restaurants.
We're really about introducing people to the finer side of coffee.
Curating coffee, bagging their own business idea before even finishing that high school degree.
The teens hope to start selling their beans by April, and with that, it's time to say goodbye to another episode of Seattle Refined. Thanks again to our sponsor here at Langley for inviting us to town. We'll see you next time, again, right here on Seattle Refined.